This is Michael Popok, Legal AF, reporting on another insurrectionist going to jail in federal prison for a long, long time. Come on down. Daniel Caldwell, former Marine, 51 years old, from Texas. You're going to jail for 68 months on the high end of the scale, right in line with the Department of Justice's recommendation to Judge Colleen Kolar-Catelli, a Clinton appointee who had the honor of sentencing this anti-patriot, this insurrectionist who violated his oath as a former Marine to protect and serve the United States and protect and defend the United States Constitution. Instead, Mr. Caldwell, who you probably haven't heard of recently because he was arrested like on day 2 of the investigation and has been sitting in a federal detention center for 721 days. This guy hasn't seen the light of day since like 2 days after the insurrection. He's probably one of the longest incarcerated defendants pretrial of any of the 900 that the Department of Justice has gone after. And he had such an overwhelming amount of evidence against him, including his own interviews. I mean, this is the delusional thought process of the cultists that followed Donald Trump. They were so proud of what they did. Look at me, daddy, that they went on their own social media and gave interviews to each other, bragging about exactly what they did, effectively testifying against themselves, showing video and photos. You know, they're doing, selfies. Here's me spraying 15 Capitol Police with bear spray. Did you hear that one? 15 Capitol Police were sprayed with an irritant, a chemical irritant, by this idiot, by this insurrectionist, almost single-handedly, according to law enforcement, breaking the line of defense for the Capitol. One guy, one can of bear spray. That's all it took. And then he bragged about it, and he posted it on social media. He and his lawyer took one look at the overwhelming evidence the Department of Justice had, and they pled guilty. So they didn't even bother going through a trial. So in the pantheon of insurrectionists, he's an outcast because, he didn't get his martyrdom because he didn't go to trial and then get convicted like the rest of them. So there was nobody in the courtroom except for like 1 or 2 family members at the time this guy was sentenced. And there were no victim impact statements either. I thought that was kind of odd. I thought a couple of the Capitol Police who were sprayed with the irritant would have filed some sort of victim statement. But they had the judge had the Department of Justice's recommendations, and she went with it. The most chilling moment in the sentencing was the judge, who's, as I said, a Clinton appointee, Kolar-Catelli, looking this guy in the eye, Caldwell, and saying, "You're entitled, sir, to your political views. You are not entitled to an insurrection."